Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are looking at what if the Russian Empire came back. And we are doing this in Age of Conflict again. My Ottoman Empire video over here with Turkey, it did really well. I know the Ottoman Empire wasn't like at its max. I just gave like a starting point with some land down here in Greece. I know it had land in Egypt and Libya. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So at first, looks like there are no wars so far. Everybody is getting a sea, land. France is getting a lot of money from their puppets, looks like. Oh, a lot of alliances have been formed. Okay, Libya and Egypt are going to war. I think this is the first war. Tunisia and Algeria are going to war. El Salvador is dead. And there's not really much else happening over here. There's a lot happening in Egypt. Egypt is winning against Libya. Meanwhile, Niger is taking over Cameroon. Is this how big Niger is supposed to be? Oh, I think a country died right here. Which one was that? I actually don't know. They're going after Central. Algeria just died, and Tunisia got massive, as well as Mali, Morocco. Okay, Central African Republic is puppeted. So far, the Russian Empire has done nothing. Just chilling. Asia, Africa, there's a lot happening. Looks like Mali's forming an empire. USA hasn't been doing anything. Oh yeah, and we also gave Russia Alaska. So, they have that. So, the United States is weakened. If we look at the statistics, Russian Empire is at max. They even have their own flag. Then Canada, China, USA. And then it goes like that. Niger is actually pretty high up there. The lowest country is Guam with 1. And then there's all the micro states. And ooh, it looks like that Thailand just died and Laos is marching straight through Myanmar or Burma. And Cambodia just died. Djibouti is taking on Eritrea, Yemen, and Ethiopia. Niger has formed a very big empire. So is Mali. All the countries have gotten some land. The Faroe Islands are puppeted by Denmark. Weird. Oh yeah, and Poland is just a shell of itself because of the Russian Empire taking over it. Too bad they can't move their capital somewhere else. They're completely encircled by Russia. Let's see. Oh, okay. Myanmar has taken back a lot of land that Laos died. They're attacking India and Bangladesh. Yeah, they're. Oh, and they're in alliance with Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Looks like Bangladesh just died. Madagascar is going after Mozambique. Nothing happening in South America yet. Up here, Honduras has gotten some land because El Salvador died. Belize and Guatemala are going after, so Mexico and Belize and Honduras are going after El Salvador, Guatemala. Guatemala died. Venezuela is being attacked by Barbados, and Barbados is somehow winning. For some reason, Trinidad and Tobago is part of Spain now, which is Grenada. This is confusing. Okay. Somalia was conquered by Ethiopia over here. Ethiopia has formed the Horn of Africa. Senegal is dead. Mali is ginormous. Let's see. A lot of alliances being formed. Dominica was conquered by Barbados. Barbados is forming an empire here. It's going to be a little hard to. But yeah, they do have a good amount of places to live. Let's see. United States and the Russian Empire. Oh, Russian Empire just declared war on Iran. This is their first war. It's going to be interesting. Let's see. Oh, France took the UK, and they're going after Spain as well. That is huge. over here. Russia, they're not doing very good against Iran. Maybe because of the mountains. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, they don't really have any. They don't have an alliance either, so they can't really get help. India is forming the. They're forming the British Raj again because they have Pakistan puppeted, and they've taken over Bangladesh and Myanmar now, and they've even gone after Pakistan. Russia peaced out with them, and they got a little bit of land, I think, not much. Sweden and Norway are attacking each other. There's a lot happening over here. Mali is winning against Tunisia, which doesn't make very much sense because they have this little strip of land that connects them. Spain is fighting back against France, but it didn't work that well. Looks like Saudi Arabia declared war on Iraq. Russia is still at it with Iran, and they're forming a Eastern Pact, the Warsaw Pact again, with Hungary, Serbia, Montenegro, Kosovo, North Macedonia, and Bulgaria, which is pretty big. And they have gained a lot of land over here on this front. Let's see. India is getting very powerful. Yeah, they basically have the British Raj now. Pakistan did revolt, so they don't have as much. And Nepal and Bhutan are still independent. Iran is winning against the Russian Empire now. They have taken pretty much all their land back. And now they're a puppet. That did not go too well for them. Mali has gone insanely big. They are now one of the biggest countries in the world. Looks like Russia and China had a duel. The Russian Empire and China had a duel. Russia is now attacking Japan. A lot of interesting stuff happened. The United States annexed Mexico or something. The Russian Empire now has a puppet on Japan and Iran with all their allies, and they're attacking Norway. And they're also attacking Afghanistan and Sweden. Norway is now their puppet. Sweden has died. That's pretty insane. Let's see. Albania dead, conquered by Montenegro. Mongolia and China have gone after the Russian Empire, and they're starting to win. The Russian Empire is getting pulled back a ton. They're losing like almost all their land, and now they're fighting it back. The Russian Empire is doing okay, and they've taken out Mongolia and almost all of China. This is insane. North Korea is gone. South Korea is now after them as well. That was insane. They're still at war with somebody. Oh, they're at war with Afghanistan still. This is humongous. The Russian Empire is still doing good with a combat efficiency of 5. And they have 20,000 gold, which is pretty good. I think Taiwan died, yeah, by the Philippines. South Korea is dead by China. Russian Empire just took all that land from China. It's official now. They are like 2 times bigger than Canada, this next biggest country. So it looks like they're going to win. They have a weird border over here. But they do meet up with the Indian Sea. So they basically form one giant big blockade between Europe and Asia. A lot of other stuff happening. There's 123 countries left in the world now. 122. It keeps going down. Let's see. Greece and all these countries down here in the Balkans are basically on their side, besides Romania, Croatia, and Bosnia. So the Russian Empire has 3 puppets: Iran, Norway, and Japan. It's going pretty well for them. They've even taken a lot of land from Poland. Poland is just, they have basically all the land that the Teutonic Order had in Poland, I guess. Mali is now going after Libya and Italy. Going pretty well. So now Turkey and Iraq are going up against the Russian Empire. Iraq is winning in the Irani front. And Turkey did get a good amount of land in Georgia. But now Saudi Arabia has gone after Iraq. And Iraq has the help of Egypt, so and they're winning. Iraq is becoming insanely strong for them, and they're probably strongest in the Middle East now. Mali has formed, if you've seen my videos, they have formed a new Scientine empire. If you know what I'm talking about, then you're an OG. Congratulations. Let's see. Now they're at war with Denmark. And Poland is just in their capital. So all that land from Poland was actually Denmark's. Poland is a microstate now. In Warsaw. I guess they're the Duchy of Warsaw, but extremely tiny. Denmark is now just the Faroe Islands. Yeah, Russian Empire is still doing extremely well. The last thing that happened was Mali seized Rome from their puppet. There's really nothing happening. Nauru became a puppet state of the Solomon Islands. Let's see what's happening. Is it all in here? Okay, it's on the other side. Ecuador has just gone after the United States, I think. What is this? Honduras, Costa Rica, Belize, Panama. So now there's a central. I'm just gonna rename this. This is too big. The Central American Union. Central American Union. Looks like Colombia is trying to form an empire as well. Peru is being attacked by Bolivia. Not a lot happening down there still. The Russian Empire is going back after China, and Norway tried to revolt. It's going pretty well. China was gaining some ground, and they did get a little bit of land back, and some land in Japan as well. Not too much happening down here in Oceania. France has this island right here. That's kind of cool, I guess. So, East Timor has been conquered, Brunei has been conquered, and Malaysia has been conquered. So, Indonesia has gotten a good amount of land, but they've lost land to Papua New Guinea. Vietnam has formed New South China, but they are puppeted by China. India has gone after China and Vietnam now. That's insane. Over here, the Russian Empire is attacking Turkey, which has some land in Greece. They're basically a very small version of the Ottoman Empire. The Russian Empire is still holding out, and they're actually gaining a ton of land. They've gained all their land back in Georgia and Azerbaijan and all that area. And they have some land back. They're going after China again. Looks like Russia is currently winning. Oh, but they're not doing too good now. The Russian Empire is losing to China. China's taking a ton of land right here. They just got to hold it out, but now China has an insane amount of land. They lost a ton of land in that. China's third now. The United States is actually fifth. Let's see, anything interesting happening. Looks like all three of these insanely humongous countries meet up right here in this point. Morocco has gone big as well. Wow, there are very few countries that have lost a lot of that have not gained any land. Basically, Tanzania, Rwanda, Angola are the ones who haven't gained anything or lost anything. Colombia is gaining a lot of land. They're about to take Venezuela's capital. They're gone. Barbados is still humongous. France is getting taken over by Mali. France can never truly die as they have a ton of land all over the world. Their capital is in French Guiana right now. But as you can see, they have these lands over here. They have all this land in Norway, and the land down in Australia that we talked about. Land down by Madagascar. Land in Oceania. So, or the Pacific, so they can never truly die, pretty much. 97 countries left. Let's see. The Russian Empire doing insanely good. They annexed Iran. They basically established, they have established the Warsaw Pact, but they have just conquered everything in the Warsaw Pact besides the Serbia, Montenegro, and North Macedonia, which are on their side. They almost have all the Baltic Sea coast. They just missing some of Germany and this little bit up here by Norway. Well, they do have Norway as a puppet, so that doesn't really count. Ireland has taken over all the British Isles. Morocco is fighting off France. Seeing now Ocean Hop, I think. This is very confusing up here. Belgium and Morocco are going at it. Iceland has formed a empire for them, I guess, taking the Faroe Islands and Scotland. Okay. I think the Russian Empire went to war with Canada over in Alaska. This is huge. So far, it looks like Canada's winning this. He took all these islands down here. And they're taking a little bit over here. Let's see, Kiribati took Hawaii. The United States is in shambles now. They've lost, basically. There's no way they can win this game, it looks like. Argentina has taken a lot, and Brazil has basically fallen. There's a big fight over here. Montenegro has taken a ton of land. Norway has rebelled, and they basically took all of Sweden. Down here, Montenegro is still taking a ton of land from Germany, which is basically now the Benelux. Morocco has all of Spain, almost all of Spain, all of Portugal, and all of France almost. And they're also fighting Canada. Yeah. They've also puppeted France. The Russian Empire still lost a ton of land to China. Singapore has formed an empire. It's taken some of the Malay Peninsula. Nigeria is going after the DRC, which is now became a northern Angola. Yeah, weird. Niger is taking a ton of land from him, but this is really weird. They have an esclave over here and a ton of esclaves over here. Meanwhile, Angola has an esclave in them. Morocco is almost got captured by Mali. And Mali is the biggest African country. Then it's Nigeria, and then it's Egypt. Let's see. The Russian Empire is about to take down Turkey. They have pretty much captured Istanbul, but they're still holding out, actually. But they became a puppet state. The Russian Empire now has land in the actual Mediterranean Sea, not just the Black Sea. The Russian Empire has a little bit of land, and they have Stockholm, actually. 81 countries left. It's going to take a long time, so we're going to speed this up to 5 times speed. Looks like Niger is getting crushed. Mali is taking a ton of land from Egypt, and pretty much solid right there. France, I think, is free again, and they actually have land back in. They actually have land in France again. Oh my gosh! China and the Russian Empire just tried to attack each other. Looks like China lost some of their land they had, but gained some land in other areas. I think Afghanistan died. Tanzania was conquered by Namibia. Ethiopia is attacking. but they just lost a lot of land. Angola is going after Niger. I think we lost money there. Zambia is gone. Okay, the biggest country here is now still Mali, then it's Namibia now. Namibia. I think China and the Russian Empire went at it again. China is winning though. Norway has formed a Baltic Empire. Montenegro has formed German Empire. Mali has puppeted Morocco. They have now become humongous. Down here, Argentina is still strong. The United States hasn't really done anything, actually. They have befriended Canada, so they can't go north. Let's see. Denmark is holding down Greenland. Greenland is actually on their own now. They are like public, I guess. The United States went to war with Ecuador, and they actually took all their land back and even more. But they still don't have as much land as they used to. Let's see, the Russian Empire took land from Norway, but they revolted. Oh, their capital is captured and they're gone. Norway is officially gone. Let's see, Russian Empire has... Oh, Russian Empire just went to war with Iraq. There's not a single country anymore that hasn't done it, that has done anything. All of them have done something. Or lost land somewhere. Okay. Let's see. Oh, a lot of stuff happening over here. Morocco independent again. Turkey has Crimea. The Russian Empire just went to war with a ton of people. What just happened? So the Russia has a ton of land in Egypt. They have a ton of land in the Persian Gulf. They surround Iraq, not anymore, because Turkey almost captured the capital of Moscow. Looks like they have gained a ton of land in this. They have formed a new Ottoman Empire, but this time focusing north. The Russian Empire still has a ton of land though. They have Egypt under their control. Niger is going after Namibia and Lesotho. That's not the best name. We're just gonna go back to Namibia because it's still their flag. And it's still their color. Australia is in Europe somehow. The Russian Empire is still very strong. They're now allied with Iceland, Montenegro. They're allied with... Yeah, that's it. Turkey has become a Mali puppet state. Australia has formed some sort of empire in Europe. Yemen has formed an empire in Africa. Niger, Mali has almost collapsed there. That was a close one. Looks like the Russian Empire has two slaves. The one in the Horn of Africa and then Egypt. That is weird. Russia is slowly losing. Oh my gosh, Russia just went to war with India, Pakistan, and China. They are winning though. And they just took a great amount of land there. There were 34 countries left. With Russian Empire still being the biggest. Canada, what looked like they were catching up a little bit. Okay, Russia and China are at it again. Their allies are as well. Turkey, still a puppet state of Mali. Mali has actually taken some land back. But Turkey is taking land back from them. This is kind of weird. Montenegro is formed. Yeah, they still have their German Empire. Bhutan and Pakistan were conquered by India. They have formed the true British Raj. Or even a stronger one. It looks like Turkey's at war with the Russian Empire now. Almost all the Russian Empire's claims in Africa are gone. There are like 5 countries in Africa, I think. Australia has all of their land in Europe. Oh my gosh, the Russian Empire ran out of money, and they're at war with China, so they're losing. And they just lost almost all their land. China is bigger than them now, but by barely. This is insane. The Russian Empire still held down. Australia has almost conquered all of Oceania. Let's see. India is still holding out, but they just got puppeted by China. The Russian Empire is falling behind. We're gonna boost your stats a little bit. Maybe that'll help. China has become a gigantic force now. They have beat the Russian Empire. The Russian Empire is actually losing land, but now they're gaining their land back in Turkey. Montenegro took a ton of that land as well. They still have a ton of land in Africa. And they have this little strip of land that goes around Niger. Or something. Oh, but they are puppeted. Russia and China are at it again. Okay, let's stop. France, or Australia, I guess, taking more land. Canada and United States have a union, and they're actually insanely powerful now. They're in third. Top three are insanely close together. Then there's Australia in fourth. Niger has rebelled, and they have started attacking everyone. The Russian Empire looks okay, I guess. They have land in weird places. I mean, everybody does, I guess, in this scenario. They're at war for almost half the world now. They have good or bad relations with everyone in Africa. They're back at it with China for like the 20th time in this episode. The year is 2615. By then, none of these countries will exist. They probably won't even exist in like 100 years. Australia is still attacking the Russian Empire in Europe. The Russian Empire is now morally a European-centered country instead of an Asian-centered country. Now they have a ton of land in Africa as well. They almost linked up these two claims here. Niger has a little bit of land in the Mediterranean now. Australia is at it again with the Russian Empire. Here the USA has taken almost all of North America besides for Greenland and Alaska. And these few little islands down here that are owned by Australia. Colombia, Peru is formed. Argentina, Chile is also formed. So there's 2 countries, or 3 right now, that are in. Not all actually down here. The Russian Empire has now formed sort of a Middle Eastern empire with a lot of land up north, and they have land everywhere basically. Only continent they don't have land on is Oceania and South America. Oh, they ran out of money. They're gonna get taken over. That was very lucky of them. We're just gonna increase their stats again. It's not enough. Oh, they had to move their capital. They don't own Moscow anymore. Oh my gosh. Where's their capital? Where's their capital? Russian Empire in Iceland. So, their capital's now in Greenland. It's gotten so bad. They have almost no land in Siberia anymore. Russia was trying to fight back, but they don't have anything anymore. They've almost lost everything. The only thing they have is allies. This is not good. Let's buff their money. Tonga's gone. There's 13 countries left. China, then it's Australia, then Canada, United States, and the Russian Empire has less land Oh my gosh, they're about to lose. And they just got puppeted. We're gonna name this. Because this is the Russian Empire's video. Let's see. I really don't think the Russian Empire can win. But, I'm going to fast forward it and I'll tell you if they still survive. And if you look at that, the Russian Empire has fallen. Now there's just there's 12 countries left. They were the 13th country to die. If you look at max area, they hold the max area in the entire world, if you look down to the bottom right. It looks like China's about to surpass that, though. Australia's up there, the USA is up there. The smallest country ever was Texas. They're just these like countries that were here. That looks like they rebelled and then they got instantly crushed, like East Turkestan and Tibet, Kashmir. So all these random countries like Alaska, Texas. So, yeah, there are all these other things. There's city revolts. There's none. The Solomon Islands, Marshall Islands, has a few land down here. We're gonna get rid of this name. So we can't rename it. Whatever, we'll keep it. And everything's going slow now because you're either in one giant alliance. There's basically like two big alliances. So I'm going to speed it up again and let's see who wins. Okay, it's been some time. So first up, China is still winning. They have puppeted India. They're also in alliance with Australia, Namibia, New Zealand. Then there is Canada, United States, and then they're at war with Colombia, Peru, and Argentina, Chile, and Cape Verde are helping. But these are like the last 10 countries. There's also over here Solomon Marshall Islands, which just died, or united into Australia. And then there's Tuvalu. So those are the last 9 countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. It's all 9 of them. So now we're just waiting for this thing to end, I guess. I think it's pretty clear who wins here. And it's probably not who you expect to win. But I think I know. Yeah. Still going on. Looks like India and China are at 1-0. India is winning. They have taken almost all Mesopotamia. Let's see. Yeah, there's not really much happening right now. So yeah, I'll just catch you up when somebody has won. So I fast forwarded it a little bit, and as we can see, not much changed. But something interesting is Australia has land on every continent, which is actually something crazy to think about. This is not going the best, but Canada, United States, which is united under Canada for some reason, is I suppose I should rename this first. Boom. This is Argentina, so I'm just gonna go through, rename all these. There we go. Oh wait, we still have Colombia. There we go. Oh, looks like India is dying out to China. Australia still has a ton of land. Now, China has land pretty much everywhere. They have the most land out of anybody. Right behind Australia. Then there's Canada. Then Colombia. Looks like Argentina's about to lose. Tuvalu is over here. Oh, Tuvalu just united into Australia. Now it's Australia Tuvalu. That's great. And they're gone. So the smallest country is actually Cape Verde, which is right here. So when you think about it, that's actually pretty good if they were the smallest country. And they're fighting back. They're going to use some land back. Looks like Niger is about to die out. They just lost a ton of land right there. Cape Verde is dying out as well. They at least have more land than Niger. Canada and China share a border in 2 places, in Africa and in Alaska, which is odd. India's still holding on to their lands. Looks like Niger just died. Niger is gone now. There's Cape Verde, Argentina, India, Colombia, Canada, Australia, and China. So I'm going to speed this up until there's 1 country left. Okay, we're at the top 3. Next clip should be the top 1 or the last country on Earth. Okay, and now it's just China, Australia left. So basically what happened, we all know Canada and Colombia from the last scene, they united into the American Union. China and Australia also united. Basically, they just overpowered Canada and Colombia, and they have won this scenario. So now we know that the Russian Empire turning does not win. Don't try this at home. And that's all for today's video. If you want to see more videos like these, share your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.